For the past 6 months, I have been developing an indie dungeon crawler game called Into the Chasm, but Into the Chasm just isn't that interesting, so I'm going to be adding upgrades and potions to the game in this video. Into the Chasm is a dungeon crawler game about trying to cross an impassable chasm and fighting deadly enemies. The game doesn't feel like there's any goal except beating each level though, so I decided to add XP. You get XP for beating monsters and completing levels, and it saves to your local device. This didn't take long to add, but I then needed to create some sort of upgrade system so that you could actually spend your XP on upgrades. I went through quite a few iterations of the idea of upgrades before I had a system I liked. There are 4 upgrades: damage, armor, speed, and abilities. Each has 5 levels, and one upgrade costs 125 XP. You get 50 XP for beating a level, 5 XP for killing a spider, 10 for a bat, 15 for a stone enemy. The damage upgrade makes you have a higher chance of doing 2 damage on any given hit, and the armor upgrade makes you have a lower chance of taking damage each time an enemy attacks and hits you. But there was no way to implement this, so I got to work on these systems. Armor system was pretty easy to add. When you get hit, it chooses a random number between 0 and 1, not an integer, just a random number. If that number is greater than your armor level, which is always divided by 10, so a maximum level of level 5 would be 0.5 compared to the random number, and if the random number is higher than that, then it hits. So if you have level 5 and your armor level is 0.5, then what will happen is it will randomly choose a number, and if that's less or equal to 0.5, it won't do any damage. I repeated the same thing for the sword and damage, and after that I was done with all those systems. There is still a problem though. Once you max out every upgrade, there's nothing to spend your XP on. So I used some art Colonel Turtle created as an icon for a new purchase, the Power Potion. One Power Potion costs 200 XP, and it gets used up after only one level. When you enter a level, it randomly gives you a bonus to either damage, armor, or speed for the rest of the level. This way, XP is always useful, and you can't just get to the point that there's no reason to have it. Because I really hate when in games I have infinite currency because there's nothing left to spend them on. I also finally got around to adding the bones that Colonel Turtle and your local crits created to level 5, since I really needed them in the game because the story section for that level says that they were scattered all over, and I don't want it to be inconsistent. I then created the enhancements page and UI where you can buy upgrades and power potions, view your XP, and reset your stats in case you want to retry some of the levels without any upgrades. I might also allow you to refund your XP on upgrades without resetting all of your save files, because that way, if you beat the game and get tons of XP, and then you decide you just want to try it in the hardest mode when you don't have any upgrades, you don't have to lose all your XP and all of your progress, but I'm not sure if I'll do that. I started working on an achievement system that grants XP bonuses for completing achievements. I haven't finished it yet, and I still need ideas for achievements. I created a Google form for my team members to submit ideas through, and if you have any ideas, write them in the comments. I also spent a while fixing up old levels and working on more rooms for them. I might also add little secrets that you can find and collect to gain even more XP, but I'm not sure yet. Anyway, that's it for this devlog. If you enjoyed, please subscribe.